To start out our unit on graphing, we're going to start in your book in section 2.1 on ordered pairs. And in this section, we're going to learn to write solutions of equations in two variables as ordered pairs. Our vocabulary will be ordered pair, independent variable, and dependent variable. So we're starting out with a problem about a company that makes team uniforms for a soccer league, and they charge $20 for the artwork for the team and then $10 for each jersey. Dominic's team has 14 players and Alyssa's team has 12 players. I'm going to find the cost for a set of jerseys for each team. And they're telling us to let Y be the total cost of a set of jerseys and X be the number of jerseys needed. So for Dominic's team, they're going to need 14 jerseys, so that'll be their X. And for Alyssa's team, their X will be 12. So the total cost is going to be the upfront $20 for the artwork. And then we need to know what symbol would you put here, math symbol, and what symbol would you put here. So you want to pause and think about that for a minute. And then we're going to come back and you're going to put a plus sign on your slide, which would be your second slide, and then 10 times the number of jerseys. And of course the red part, that's the X. The blue part, that's the Y. So Y is equal to 20 plus 10 times X. So if you'll write that in. And then Dominic's team, we're putting in 14 for his team. So they'll owe $160. And then for Alyssa's team, you're going to write in Y equals 20 plus $10 times 12, which will be $140 because this will be 120 plus 20. So which variable's value depends on the other? Our value for Y depends on what X is. So the dependent variable would be the Y, or the total cost of the jerseys. And X would be the independent variable, how many jerseys they need for the team. So an ordered pair, XY, is a pair of numbers that can be used to locate a point on a coordinate plane. A solution of the two variable equation can be written as an ordered pair. Alright, so no blanks yet. Then the next thing you have in your blank, the ordered pair, 14, 160 would go in your first blank as a solution because 160 equals 20 plus 10 times 14. And then the ordered pair 12, 140 is a solution because 140 equals 20 plus 10 times 12. Since the value of Y depends on the value of X, X is called the independent variable, good, and Y is called the dependent variable, good, so fill in those blanks. So our next example, determine whether each ordered pair is a solution of Y equals 4X minus 1. So if we have 3, 11, 3 is the X coordinate and 11 is the Y coordinate. So if you plug those in and evaluate using order of operations the right side, see if you get Y, which is 11 on the left side. So if we do that, we'll have 4 times 3 minus 1. So this is kind of how we check to see if a solution works when we solved equations back in the last chapter. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 minus 1 is 11, so that checks. And it says helpful hint down here. The order in which a solution is written is important. Always write X first and then Y. So for our solution, we would put the X, which is the independent variable, and then the Y, which is the dependent variable. Alright, so for the second one, 10 is the X, so we'll substitute that in for X, multiply it times 4, and subtract 1, so that's 40 minus 1 Oh, I'm sorry, I put the wrong one in. This is the y. This is, oh, I did it right. Hello. So 4 times x is 40, minus 1 is 39. So that one doesn't work because 39 doesn't equal 3. So that's not a solution. All right, so using given values to make a table of solutions. And over here, helpfulness as a table of solutions can be set up vertically or horizontally. This one's going to be vertical. So we're going to plug in values for x. We're going to substitute them in, add 3, and that will give us what our y is. So we'll substitute in the first row, then we get 4, and then we'll write that as an order of pairs, so it'll be 1, 4. So if you want to fill in this chart, and then by pausing, and then come back and check and see if you did it correctly. So x is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, so it's 2, 5. X is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, so it'll be 3, 6. And then for 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, so it would be 4, 7. And again, shows our independent and dependent variables, which is something you really need to know. This time we're going to have a horizontal chart. So now we're going to put our 1, 2, and 3 here that we're substituting in for m. And we're going to substitute in 1 for m. 6 times 1 is 6, minus 5 is 1. And then we'll put our order pair 1, 1. So if you'd like to fill in the other two, independent variables 2 and 3, we'll come back and show you the solution if you pause it here. So if we plug in 2, or substitute in 2 for m, 6 times 2 is 12, minus 5 is 7, and so that ordered pair would be 2, 7. If we substitute in 3, it would be 18 minus 5, which would be 13. So our last ordered pair would be 3, 13. And again, m's are independent, n is our dependent variables. In most states, the price of each item is not the total cost. Sales tax must be added. If sales tax is 7.5%, the equation for total cost is C, total cost, equals 1.075 times P. And the reason it's 1 times 0.075 is because that way we will get the 1, which will be the actual cost of the item when we multiply it times the price. And then we'll add that to the 0.75 times the item, and that'll put it all together as the cost plus the cost of the item plus the tax. So that's why we use 1.7075. So how much will a $22 item cost after sales tax? Well, the price, 22, we would put in for P. And so we do 22 times 1 is 22, and then plus 22 times 0.75, which you could do on your calculator. And that will be $23.65. After sales tax, $22 item will cost $23.65, so 22, 23.65 is the solution. 22 is the independent variable. $23.65 is the dependent variable. All right, so get all that filled in. If you need to go back and review anything to get your notes filled out, these notes could be checked tomorrow, so you want to have those done so that you can do your practice. Have a good day.